It's kind of bitchy.
Yeah, by the way, we don't use those words. You can, I don't. Yeah, we established that at our last. Poopy, I use poopy. So I would never call somebody bitchy unless they actually are. Okay, so I'm excited to come with my new friend Molly. I actually saw her give a short, brief little presentation and I was like, girl, we need to talk. Because we have both buried babies and now everyone's watching is like,
yeah, it can be a downer.
yeah, but look, we're happy and we're hot and we're amazing, right? And it took time. My daughter's been, she's been gone for 10 years now.
Yeah.
She'll be turning 11 in April. And I always tell people it took me 4 years of like hard work. But on her birthday, I always kind of use that as an assessment. On her 4th birthday, I was like, it's a habit now. You know, so you talked a lot about connection, and I loved how you took your most terrible poopy thing, that's my swear word of choice, right? And you found this value in connection. So share us a little bit about how you got from worst day ever, connection.
I would say my whole perspective changed. I realized how much pain,
You think?
how much pain and loss and suffering there really is in the world. It's not just stories or other people, but it's
Now
real.
it's you.
It's real.
Like that thing over there that could never happen
Yes.
has now.
And I think it will happen to everyone. I mean,
Well,
not that everyone will lose a child, but there will be, everyone has their darkest.
Excuse the band that was
Yeah.
setting up in the background, but this is important what she said, so we're going to repeat that.
So my whole perspective shifted. I learned everyone suffers.
Yeah.
And it was only those people who really reached out to me and were vulnerable enough and brave enough to just be real and to show up for me that my connection with them really is what
Right.
fed me and saved
Yeah.
me.
And they had that because of their loss and grief. I feel like you implied that.
That's right. It's like
you
a
know,
cycle. of-
because you lose judgment.
right.
So after my daughter died, well, I was, kind of trying to find people that like related, so I wasn't in this victim mode of this terrible thing that's happened, because you want to be, because it's just so like, right?
All
And so-
consuming.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's just there every second. And so it's easy to stay there, but I didn't want my kids to be there, and I had to role model not being there, right?
Yeah.
And they were 4 and 6. And so I was telling this woman, like my friend who started a school in Africa, she was telling me how like 7 out of 10 moms have buried a child under the age of 5, and she goes,
In
well,
Africa?
yeah, I mean,
Oh.
I might have the statistic wrong, right? But it was, some
high
horrid,
percentage,
much more than we deal with in, the developed world. And she goes, well, yeah, but they expect it. And I was like, is a mother's heart any different? And I kind of didn't like that person after that. I didn't like them after that. That was poopy. I just was like, how could you distance someone because they're in a different country, or heaven forbid a different color? I mean, there's all kinds of levels of yucky
Well,
in
and just
that,
because something's
right?
common doesn't make it less. Just because
Right.
miscarriages are
Amen.
common doesn't mean they
just
aren't
because divorce is common,
painful or
Just,
valid. There's no Richter scale for pain.
Yes. I mean, of course, if your worst thing's ever happened to you is a hangnail, then I have a hard time being sympathetic. I'm like,
Right.
oh, it's gonna hit you hard, right? Because I would never wish this on anyone.
Yeah.
But I loved how you said when you got stripped down, that you found connection, and of course that connection helped give you a ladder and inspiration up. Just like, we reach out to other people that could help
it's like
us.
a lifeline. I had to know that there were other people in the world who had survived this.
Yeah.
Because if there weren't, I was done.
Then what's the point?
So that is why connection became so valuable. I had to see it. I had to hear it from their lips. I had to watch them living.
And so then you stepped into being what I call an advocate. Been there, done that, lift others up.
Right.
To helping spread that word that you can be joyful. She does this fun thing on her Instagram, which I am going to go follow.
Yes, you are.
And it was the dance.
It's positive pants dance.
Positive pants dance. I mean, that doesn't make your pants happy. I don't know what does. That's just fun. So now we're going to go watch. You do it on Thursdays, right?
Yep, every Thursday.
So super fun. So thank you, Molly, for being
Thank
on
you.
here.
It was
And
so
I'm
great
sure
to meet
that
you.
somebody, now we have 2. Let's look at them and smile. Like, look how happy we are. Right? Maybe not so cheesy. I don't know. Yeah. But there is a life after the very worst thing. And, we're both witnesses of that. So thank you.
Thank you.